what would you say to that? Do you feel like it's factored in a way that it puts smaller counties at a disadvantage, or it's factored in a way to take that into account because it does indicate a big jump for them?
No, so I mean, we recognize that, you know, rural and frontier counties have smaller populations.
Should it be the patient, whoever's getting sick, who goes to VAERS, or should their doctor report it?
It can be both. It should be both.
You're a COVID denier?
Not at all. I had COVID. My wife's had COVID. My whole family's had COVID.
What if we end the mask mandate and the case numbers go back up? Then what?
Each county has the opportunity, their county commission can reinstate their mask mandate.
Do you have the staffing necessary to meet an increase in doses coming to Utah County?
Yes, so we do have a wide pool of volunteers.
What do we think are the reasons that we've seen more positive outcomes, I guess, for lack of a better word?
We have had for several years now a very robust digital teaching and learning initiative.
But what do you say to those who look at this and say you're not going far enough?
We applied the facts to the law that we have, and we reached the conclusion that we did.
Do you believe that the mayor acted appropriately when the riot occurred on May 30th?
You know, I think there's some concerns there.
Is this position in danger of politics getting in the way?
I guess you could argue any position has that kind of a risk.
And speaking to some domestic violence advocates, they have some concerns that this could have some unintended consequences. Is that possible?
It is possible, and what you'll see in the legislation, we actually amended the bill to address a lot of those concerns.
It does give the legislature more control over what happens in a long-term declared
Why
emergency.
should the legislature have more power?
Every power that's being used right now, whether it be by the governor or the executive office or the health department or even on the local level, those are all legislative powers.
And you're saying that not only is the black population one that you're concerned about, but also the Hispanic population. There's a disparity there?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
Homelessness and affordable housing is a huge bucket. How much of a drop in the bucket is what you're doing?
I think with what we're doing and what the private sector has committed to do, we're making a nice step in the right direction.
If there is a smell or other problems, what will the city do to make sure that the neighbors are happy?
Yeah, sure. So we don't anticipate having trouble with odors.
Is it fair to say bail reform isn't working?
I would say absolutely. I think every stakeholder would agree that there's major problems with 206.